nothing stopping you but doubts inside your mind. You know that you can be whatever you would like to be. Your time has finally come. The world is ready now to see you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Yes, you have the power to make anything so. Only you and God know where you're really meant to go. Rest assured that all your dreams are born to come true. If you just find your strength inside, let it shine on through, and let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world, starting with you. Love for your own beauty and the beauty all around. Love for the beauty in the sights and on the sounds. Love for the birds singing, the sun bringing the spring. Love for the sky above. Love for most anything. Yourself as you know you should do. You are a child of God, there's no wall you can't break through. You just got to believe that your great destiny awaits. All your wildest dreams will turn into your certain fate. If you let your love unfold, and let your love unfold, it will change the world, starting with you. Let your love unfold. Let your love unfold. It will change the world. It will change the world. It will change the world, starting with you. Starting with you.
Yes, indeed, it will change the world. Are you ready to change the world? Yeah, the way that we change the world is by starting within and letting our love unfold. So thank you for that message this morning, Linda. Grateful to have you here as always. Grateful to have you here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Tucson, our virtual Sunday celebration. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the minister here at Unity, and we're gonna have a good time today. I mean, I think we have a good time every Sunday, but today I'm affirming that it's going to be a good time. I want to read to you our vision statement here at Unity of Tucson. We envision a place of peace, beauty, and power where spiritual principles are taught and practiced within an ever-growing and dynamic congregation. Here are some faces of the magnificent members of our congregation that are coming up on your screen for you right now as we, celebrate with our first song here today. I am just a sailor in a great big sea, searching for what's meant for me. And I thank my lucky stars every single day. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. When the storm begins to blow, and when I've lost my way back home, oh, there is an answer. There is a ripple to every wave, a rhythm to the days and nights, and all the thoughts that make the world go round, all our efforts multiplied. Make a change and you will see, one small step is all we need. Oh, there is an answer. There is no difference between you and me, what lies beyond our history. And if we only take the time to see, we're Yeah, thank you so much. There's a funny thing that happens, of course, when I sing the lyric "a rhythm to the days and nights," and I'm so off on the rhythm. You know what? It's live. That's how you know it's live, when we make those little mistakes. And there are no mistakes. There's only perfection. So let's acknowledge that. Good morning once again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So grateful to have you here, joining us here at Unity of Tucson. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. So who woke up to snow yesterday? Yeah, I woke up to snow yesterday. I thought we were already going into spring because I was in t-shirts at the beginning of the week. We are a spiritual community here at Unity of Tucson. We are here to teach practical tools for a better life. And, when we find that love is the answer, when we find that love within our hearts and we acknowledge and accept that and express that, well, that's how we change the world. If you are joining us for the first time today, I would love for you to let us know that you are here. Go ahead and go to unitytucson.com/connect and fill out that connect card. Let us know, and we can find the ways in which we can continue to be connected in this virtual paradigm. Which I'm looking. I feel like we're at the other end of it. I feel like we're on the path to something different, and I'm really looking forward to that. It is my belief. Something to check in with. What is your belief? Because I'm going to express what my belief is. My belief is that we can engage and create the construct for our own spiritual evolution through spiritual principle, through engaging practical tools of spirituality. We can actually step into the forward momentum of our own expression of life. And that's what I believe the power of spiritual practice is. So that's what really drew me to becoming a minister and being able to step forward and say, we get to create this magnificent thing called life. I don't know why I'm still holding on to this. I'm going to put this down. We do get to create this magnificent thing called life. And with that in mind, let's read together the words of our mission statement. Now, the mission statement is a statement of activity. How do we put forth our vision? Let's read this together. Within the principles of unity, we are a ministry of love, inspiration, learning, wholeness, acceptance, and joy that empowers all people to embrace their divine nature. Our nature, our core nature, our inherent nature is divine. We are the very presence of divinity right here, right now. That's what the mystics of the ages have taught. And, to activate this, there has been a distillation in my experience to these three ideas to activate this magnificent thing called life in our lives. And they are: love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. In knowing who you are and accepting who you are, we shine forth this magnificent principle in our lives, and we begin to understand who everyone else is at the same time. And so here's what I know about you. In remembering who I am, I know who you are, and this is who I know you to be. You are love, you are light, you are life, you are magnificent. And I think we should all exclaim for ourselves, I am magnificent. Let's say that together. If you're in the room, wherever you are watching online, let's say this together. Here we go. I am magnificent. That's the truth. I'm going to invite you to use the chat function on the video page, wherever you're watching. Reach out, say hello to your spiritual family, those people who are watching with you this morning, and express to them that you recognize their magnificence. Do it in your own, use your own language, use your own way of reaching out and saying hello. And I do, of course, want to say hello to everyone who's here. We have members of the board and our fundraising committee who are in the room today. Grateful to have you here. And I see that you are magnificent, absolutely magnificent. Our tech crew, of course, you're magnificent. Our band, absolute magnificence all around. So as those messages continue to unfold, just taking in that energy, letting the energy of magnificence infuse your soul. Find that space right where you are to come to a place of centered awareness, to relax the physical body as we take some time for quiet contemplation. Settling into this moment, releasing anything that has preceded this moment. Letting go of any anticipation for what is to unfold. Let us choose to be here now. Wherever here is in time and space for each of us, let us be here now. Continuing to relax the physical body, letting go of any unnecessary tension. And in doing so, relaxing the mind. Continuing to turn our attention to the inner life. The inner life of thoughts, beliefs, feelings. All those mind ideas that work together to create the construct of our experience. Letting ourselves simply settle into an awareness, an observation, without the need to control or judge, just letting ourselves notice. I'm going to state this month's affirmation and invite you to sit with these words for just a few minutes. The affirmation is this: with compassion in my heart, I choose to behold only the God essence in everyone I meet. With compassion in my heart, I choose to behold only the God essence in everyone I meet. With compassion in my heart, I choose to behold only the God essence in everyone I meet. Let's sit with that for just a few moments. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so
secret, so precious, this love. I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love.
I am rooted in the awareness in this here and now moment that there is only one power. There is only one presence. There is only one principle. There is only one creative energy. It is God. This magnificent greatness on demand, and I recognize that this being the only thing that is, there can be nothing separate from it. So I recognize the core identity of each and every one of us is this divine power, this divine principle. There is no separation, there is only God. In recognizing this, I know that the word I speak in this moment is a word that is backed by the infinite creative power. And so I speak my word on behalf of each and every one of us, acknowledging and trusting and knowing that we are vital with perfect health. They were flowing forth in the greatest experience of abundance and prosperity. That we have magnificent, loving, and harmonized relationships in our experience. And that we are always active in our creative expression. I trust in this. And it is with a grateful heart that I simply allow it to unfold. I let it be so as I relax, trust, know, allow, and faithfully acknowledge the good. And so it is.
I will share, 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 I will share this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love. So sacred, so secret, so precious, this love, this love, this love, this love.
That's a song that is just a song that always brings me like right here. I'm going to invite Lydia to join me. Good morning, Lydia. Grateful to have you here as one of our keepers of the flames to light our flames of faith, this ritual that we've incorporated into our Sunday celebration. In lighting the flames of faith, we are acknowledging all the paths of spiritual practice, all the faith traditions, all the religious ideologies of the world, and we're honoring them with the understanding that each and every one of them is born of one thing, and that is love. At the core of each and every one of them is love. And so for each candle that we light, this is what we are knowing. And so we light a candle for the Tao, the way of ultimate reality, beyond the sensory perceptions, transcendent and reflected in the human experience. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, which are focused not on worship, but rather on identification and participation in the whole, honoring reverently and passionately the earth and its intrinsic web of life. We light a candle for Hinduism, which provides a path to the actualization of human potential through the union of the human spirit with the Brahman, or ultimate God experience. We light a candle for Judaism, which is passionate in the search for meaning, the meaning of God, the meaning in creation, the meaning in existence, the meaning in history, the meaning in morality, and the meaning in justice. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism. Through the eightfold path of right views, right intent, right speech, right conduct, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration, one may rise above suffering. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, a path of personal redemption through the acceptance of the belief that Jesus Christ was the promised Savior of humanity. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, a path of peace cultivated in life's total surrender to Allah and guided through the 5 pillars of Islam: the creed, constant prayer, almsgiving, fasting during the holy month of Ramadan, and the pilgrimage to Mecca. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i. The mission of Baha'u'llah was to reconcile and rally the major religions of the world around their common beliefs. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought. New Thought is neither church, cult, nor sect. It asks no allegiance to creeds, forms, or personalities, standing for universal brotherhood and the right of each person to live their own life in accordance with the highest dictates of their own conscience. For where truth is, there must be reason. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. And this final candle we light is a candle which represents the healing of any circumstance in which divinity needs to be revealed. For that is the true nature of healing, the uncovering of the God essence in all form. And so this is your candle for whatever is in your mind and in your heart that requires the light. Thank you. The candle here on your left is our peace candle. We keep the peace candle consistently illuminated with the understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our hearts. And as we let that peace shine from within each and every one of us and inform our thoughts and inform our intentions and inform our deeds, we create a more peaceful experience of life. So let's honor this candle together by reading together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world. It's beautiful, thank you. The featured song today it's one of my favorites by one of my friends, Gary Lynn Floyd, who we do a lot of his music here, and I'm grateful to have him as a part of my life. This is a song called Unbound. Open your mind, unfold your heart, relax your senses, feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear, it looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Breathe every breath, release your cringe. Love without waiting, slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear, it looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love is already who you are. So lift up your voice, let it be heard. Tell me your story, go on, tell it to me. Don't leave out a word. 'Cause I think I've been there too, and I'm a seeker just like you. You ain't got a thing to fear, it looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Lay it down, lay it down, lay it down. Go on, lay it down. Open your mind, unfold your heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, because I think I've been there too, and I'm a seeker just like you. You ain't got a thing to fear. You ain't got a thing to fear. There is nothing to fear when we understand and we open ourselves up to the deepest acceptance that love is growing right where each and every one of us is. That's what I have found in my life, that the more I give over to this presence and power of love, I become unwound, I become unbound. And so you ain't got nothing to fear. Welcome to week 4 in this series I've been doing, this 5 weeks of looking at the 5 basic principles of unity. So we started off a few weeks ago with the first principle, which in 2 short words is, God is. The second principle, we are, or I am. So God is, I am. The third principle talks about how God creates. It's the law of mind action. And God is consistently unfolding itself in terms of creation. The law of mind action is always, always at play in everything. We are showing up based on the law of mind action. We are here because of that. And so the fourth principle, essentially, is if this is all the way it's unfolding, if God is I am and life is unfolding as creation, well, there must be some way to use it. There must be some way to use it. So the fourth principle is how to use it. How do we use this law of mind action affirmatively and constructively in our life? And so that's why I called today's message is called Tools of the Trade. And I'm really only going to talk about one tool, although there are many, because any activity in spiritual practice is a tool that is rooted in those preceding principles. God is, I am, the law of mind action, and a spiritual practice is putting those things into action in our lives, purposefully. And so Unity Worldwide Headquarters offers this to describe the fourth principle. Prayer and meditation keep us aligned with the one great power in the universe. That's what we're putting out there as the fourth principle. Prayer and meditation keep us aligned with the one great power in the universe. So what do you think I'm probably going to first talk about? That is the word with. If God is and we are, then we are more than with this one great power of the universe. We are this one great power of the universe at the level of our acceptance and understanding of it. And because people, I don't ever want anyone to get confused when I step up here and I say that we must be able to exclaim for ourselves, I am God. It is not to say that I am the wholeness of God. I've never once said that. What I'm saying is that all the attributes of God is exactly who and what I am, and it is exactly who and what every aspect of creation, every being on this planet are the aspects of God showing up in form. There is no thing that is not God. And here's how I know this. Because we teach a principle that says God is all there is, infinite, omnipresent. It is omnipresence. It is omniscience. It is all. There can be nothing separate from it. Otherwise, it would not be infinite. You see how that works? So that's how I've logically come to this conclusion that we can each step forth and claim our power to know that we are that which is. And that is essentially how we should be approaching the practice of prayer. Charles Fillmore wrote about prayer. He wrote, "Prayer is the most highly accelerated mind action known. It is the language of spirituality." So remember that mind action that he mentions there, mind action is the third principle. Prayer is accelerating that mind action with purpose, with drive behind it, intentional mind action. It is the language of spirituality. I love that. Prayer is the language of spirituality. I think it's one of the many languages of spirituality. I'm not going to hold that it is the only language of spirituality, but it is a magnificent language of spirituality. There's another way that various churches and spiritual centers within Unity have offered up the fourth principle. Many of them say this: through prayer and meditation, we align our heart, mind with God. Denials and affirmations are the tools we use. So that's, what often shows up on posters all around, right? Through prayer and meditation, we align our heart, mind with God. Denials and affirmations are the tools we use. So once again, I will say, we don't align our heart mind with God. In this, we are activating our recognition and identification as God. And when we do this through prayer and meditation, we actively create the constructs of our life. We do teach denials and affirmations within this construct. Those are powerful tools that we use, ultimately for me, within the construct of prayer. So I'm going to ask a question. I'm going to ask two questions. Actually, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I always ask questions. I'm going to start with this question. Do you pray? Now, clearly, there's no way for me to receive any feedback in a virtual paradigm. But I just want you to check in with yourself. Do you pray? Do you have an active prayer practice? And if you do pray, now here's the next question. Why do you pray? What is the purpose of prayer? What is it that moves through you that says, I am going to take this time to be specific in my use of mind? What is moving through you? Why do you pray? Now, we teach prayer in very specific ways within the entire New Thought movement. Ultimately, prayer is not ever, and people will say, but that's not what I taught when I was in class. Well, I'm about to disabuse you of any notion that may have been presented to you. Prayer is not for something to change out there. But I prayed that I learned that I could pray for healing. I learned that I could pray to change the circumstances of my life. And isn't the whole point and purpose of New Thought to say, change your thinking, change your life? Yes, and. It's all wrapped up in that first part of the phrase. Change your thinking, and your life automatically changes. So far too frequently, we are looking to go to change our life to convince ourselves that we have changed our thinking, and that will never work. We must change our thinking first and foremost. The purpose of prayer is to initiate a change within our own mind, within our own belief system, and everything else will flow forth from that new state of mind. So there's an active way that we pray. We teach prayer as an affirmative, active thing that we do, that we engage in. And it differs from what many people traditionally think of as prayer, which is supplication to that thing out there and begging for something to be given to us, right? So that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is prayer, and ultimately a phrase which you will have heard, prayer treatment. Now, treatment is a word that a lot of people really say, oh, well, that's on the religious science part of the New Thought movement, which is, of course, where I come from. But it's not only religious science. Affirmative prayer treatment was actually used throughout the New Thought movement. It is used within Unity. It is used within divine science. It is used within religious science. And here's why. It's rooted in the words and the phrase of the teacher of teachers. Do you know who the teacher of teachers is? I'm looking out at the few people who are in the room. They're probably going, I have no idea what you're talking about. The teacher of teachers, if you go back in the history of the New Thought movement, there is one woman that we can basically tie everything back to, and that is Emma Curtis Hopkins. She was one of the greatest healers to ever walk the face of this earth. She is a magnificent mystic, and if you've ever had the opportunity to learn or read any of her stuff, it is exquisite. So we call her the teacher of teachers because Emma Curtis Hopkins' students included Emily Cady, you know, Lessons in Truth. She taught Emily Cady. She taught Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. She taught Nona Brooks, who was the founder of Divine Science. She taught Ernest Holmes. So all the New Thought movement can actually be rooted right back to the teachings of Emma Curtis Hopkins. Now, you may say, well, what about Christian Science? I heard at some point that Emma Curtis Hopkins was related to Christian Science, and the answer is yes. Emma Curtis Hopkins was part of the Christian Science movement, and you can read the history of this. There was a point where there was a split, and she went off and did her thing, and Christian Science went off and developed in its own path. That's a whole classroom study. If you ever want to hear why Christian Science is not considered to be among the New Thought movement, I can talk to you about that. Maybe we'll have a class on the history of New Thought. So Emma Curtis Hopkins is kind of the core of understanding this word treatment, because for her it was around treating the mind to have an effect on the physical body. Charles Fillmore expresses treatment like this. Treatment is a prayer of faith. These are his words. Treatment is a prayer of faith and understanding for healing, harmony, wisdom, prosperity, or any other good that one may desire. And here's the catch in this. Here's the most important part of this. Its object is to raise consciousness. The point and purpose of treatment is to raise consciousness. Those are Charles Fillmore's words. Ernest Holmes wrote this: treatment is the time, process, and method necessary to the changing of thought. So the whole point and purpose of treatment, of prayer treatment, whatever you choose to call it, is not to change the stuff out there, although that becomes the byproduct of changing our thought. Why? Because thoughts are things. Thoughts are creative. Prayer treatment has one purpose and one purpose only. It's so funny, because I know there are people who have taken class with me, and I almost want to say, class, what is that one purpose? To change our minds. That's it. The purpose of prayer is to change our minds. It is not a magical incantation. It is a statement of principle. It is the way in which we ask and trust that it shall be given. It is the way we seek and know that we shall find. It is the way we knock and know that the door will open. And in fact, for me, that I believe is the closest Jesus ever came to stating the scientific method of prayer treatment. Ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, knock and the door will open. That's all the use of mind. Prayer treatment is a method to activate mind action purposefully. So, what is your personal prayer practice? You know, this is and meditation and prayer are the primary tools we teach in spiritual practice within this movement. So what is your personal prayer practice? How do you activate the tools of this spiritual trade? How do you put it into use in your life? Now, there are learnable methods of prayer, and we teach specific constructs for how prayer can be activated in your life. There's a 5-step prayer process in Unity. The 5 steps of prayer in Unity are these: relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, appreciation. Relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, appreciation. Each of these steps is designed for you to go into your room and shut the door and pray to the Father who is in secret. That was also something that Jesus encouraged us to do. Go into your room, shut the door, and pray to the Father who is in secret. This is not literal. He was not saying, get out of the street, go into your house, find a closed room, go in, close the door, and pray. That's not what he was talking about. He's saying here, go into the room of belief, to go into our own mind and our own heart, to settle in to that space of understanding. That's the relaxation, concentration, meditation part of this thing called prayer. Going into our room is allowing ourselves to let go of the concerns of the outside world consciously. Now, that may mean that it is better to go into a room and close the door. That's a form. That is a form of practice. But it is not a requirement to the practice of prayer. To go into our room is to let go of the belief that any form has supremacy over the experience of our lives. The Father is not God out there. The Father is the inner resource. The Father is that magnificent creative principle. Our Father in heaven, the infinite creative principle which is within. Heaven is a state of mind. When we pray, we are recognizing more deeply that this is our identity. So those first 3 steps are to engage this as a mental state. Relax, concentrate, meditate, find that active magnificence at the core of our being. They all serve to prepare us to make our claim. Relax. Turn the attention to the inner life. Concentrate. God is all there is. And meditate. I am that which is. I turn my attention to the inner life. I recognize that God is all there is, and I meditate on the understanding that I am that which is. Open your mind. Unfold your heart. And from this state of mind, from this state of being, we step into that fourth step, realization. Realization is an affirmation of the qualities of the life experience we would like to have. An affirmation of the qualities of the experience, less the experience itself. For when we accept the qualities of that life experience we would like to have and live in faith, you know what shows up? A life experience that is in alignment with the qualities we require. So what are you praying for? Are you praying for something to change out there because you think it's going to change that which is within? Or are you changing that which is within with the understanding that when we change that which is within, that changes? And so, after establishing that realization, realizing that the qualities are inherent within each and every one of us, we can activate appreciation, gratitude. I always say that gratitude is the fuel and the engine of creation, because absent gratitude, the engine is not going to flow very well. The engine is not going to run very well. And so stepping into an active acceptance of gratitude as a feeling within each and every one of us. Now, many people will say, you can say thank you, but to whom are you offering that thanks if you are praying within? Gratitude is an inner embodiment. It is a feeling. And when we accept gratitude as the core of our beingness, then we are activating all of this realization rooted in this understanding of our true beingness. So how will you activate this tool in your life? That's what I really want us to get to today. I am going to call on each and every one of us to activate this tool in a more profound way than perhaps ever before. And one of the ways is to speak your prayer out loud. This is one of the things. Speak prayers out loud. Now, part of it may be that we think we go into the silence and, right? Speak your prayer out loud. In the silence of your mind, speak your prayer out loud with conviction and infused with feeling. If you are not feeling it, keep working at it, because prayer is not answered until you experience the change. This is the work of spiritual mastery. This is the work of spiritual mastery. As you create new neural pathways through this consistent use of prayer in your life, you create a new tendency in thought. And that tendency becomes the unconscious expression of your life, because ultimately, what I am looking for each and every one of us to get to is to get to this point, to understand that every word we speak is backed by an idea in mind, and that becomes the construct of our life. So we no longer need to pray actively, because prayer is the embodiment of the way we show up in the world. And so everything is rooted and flowing forth from that point of view. Ultimately, we can live the results of our prayer practice as long as we do the work. And you'll know when the work is done, because you'll feel it. And if you don't feel it, keep doing it, keep working at it, keep at it, keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. Do the work. Live the results. Let your tendency become the unconscious expression of your life and activate prayer in your life today more so than ever. Namaste. And so there is homework. There's always homework. This week, I would like you to actually write out a prayer for yourself using your own language in your own words. You may find that your language aligns with language of prayers you've heard or rather famous prayers that you may have heard. But I want each and every one of us to start to find that thing within ourselves that expresses prayer uniquely, because we are all unique identifications of the divine. So, to do this, I'm going to encourage you to start with stating the purpose of your prayer. That is, what is it that you would like to see shifted in your life? And then put down on paper feeling words that are related to each step: relaxation, concentration, meditation, realization, and appreciation. You can find those steps of prayer on our website. Did you know that? They are at unitytucson.com/core concepts. So I want you to write out a prayer this week, and I want you to put it into practice. I would like you to read it every day when you get up and every evening before you go to sleep. And see what happens for you. So I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Acknowledge some kernel of truth that perhaps has resonated within our heart here today in the message. And just be aware as we step into this beautiful Eddie Watkins chant, acknowledging these first two principles. God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am, God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. And so I take this opportunity to relax right where I am. Allow myself to let go of any unnecessary tension I may be holding. To come into alignment with the infinite understanding as I concentrate on this idea. God is, and nothing else exists. God is, and nothing else exists. God is, and nothing else exists. And in this understanding, I let my mind move to the meditation of understanding that I am that which is. For all creation is the expression of this magnificent impression of God. God is, I am, we are, each and every one of us. And so I step into the realization that life is unfolding magnificently for each and every one of us. That life is infused with vital life energy, that life is love. Love is life. And the expression and experience of life is always, always assured. And so for this, I live in eternal gratitude. I simply give over to this good. I appreciate this knowledge. And in appreciation, I simply relax and trust faithfully in its pure, perfect unfoldment. Knowing it to be so, I affirm it as so. And so it is. Amen. And abracadabra. God is, I am, right here, right now, right here, right now. God is, I am. Thank you. So speaking of appreciation, I'm going to invite us all to step into that active mental construct of gratitude for this spiritual community, for this spiritual family, for Unity of Tucson and all that it has to offer. And invite you to, with love in your heart, support what we are doing here and proliferating and pushing forth and allowing our mission and vision to be known throughout this community and throughout the world. You know, I'm so grateful for this virtual paradigm that allows us to be seen all over the world. So I'm going to encourage you to give. Why do we give? We give, of course, because we want to be able to continue in this. Giving and receiving are one and the same. So as we give, we receive. It's this magnificent circulation of life that is expressing. And money is God in action. You know, there is no separation between money and God, just as there's no separation between each and every one of us and God, because God is all there is. So there are many ways that you can participate in this activity of giving. At unitytucson.com, you can click on the donate links that are on any number of the pages that are there. You can phone in your card by calling the office during our regular office hours, Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. You can also send in a check, and you know, we receive a lot of checks in the mail. I'm very deeply grateful. You know, I know it's been a challenging year not being in the room, and your support through the mail has allowed us to continue to do what we do. You can also now text Unity Tucson to 73256 on your smartphone, and you can give in that way as well. So deeply grateful for the way you support Unity of Tucson. Let's affirm and offer gratitude for giving through reading together our divine givingness statement. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I joyously contribute to my spiritual center, knowing that it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless, and returns to me multiplied abundantly. I thankfully acknowledge God as my source. God is my source, God is my power, God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, joy gives me everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, love gives me everything I need. Joy gives me everything I need. God gives me everything I need. Yeah. So there's lots of stuff still happening, you know. There is a virtual gathering today on Zoom following the service at 11:30 a.m. Arizona time. So if you're in a different time zone and you went on daylight savings time, it may be different by an hour because we don't observe daylight savings time in Arizona, or most parts of Arizona do not observe daylight savings time. So don't be surprised. Of course, you probably already know that because the service would have been at a different hour today. So in about a half hour is the Zoom. I will not be there, however. So I'm deeply grateful to Karen King, who is a licensed Unity teacher here at Unity of Tucson, who has stepped up and said, when I have these meetings, we have a fundraising committee meeting today, and next week I'll have a board meeting, but if I'm not available, I didn't want this social time to not happen. So she has stepped in and said, I will be very delighted to be the host of that meeting, so join in. Now, here's the thing about that. The Zoom meeting used to be on my personal private Zoom account, which I was not going to give Karen the access to. So we've moved it to the Unity account, but what that means is that the meeting ID has changed. So if you have it stored somewhere, don't try and use an old meeting ID. Go to our website, click on the link that is on our homepage. If you are prompted for a password, there is a passcode. I think this is up on the screen. I'm seeing, yes, this is up on the screen. So this information is on the screen for you right now. And I don't expect that this meeting ID and passcode will change again as we move forward, but thank you for understanding. We do still need volunteers for data entry here in the office, so if you are available to help us with that, please do contact Freddie. You can email unity@unitytucson.com. Let your friends know. Actually, this is the one thing I do want to end with. Let your friends know that we are streaming, that we are a spiritual family that are joining together virtually, and grateful for that. Let your friends know that they can participate in this magnificent celebration every Sunday, live on YouTube, on Facebook. But I really would love for us all to go to the website, unitytucson.com/livestream, so we can all kind of start to be in one place virtually as well. So let your friends know, let everyone know. Let's grow our spiritual family. Sound like a good plan?
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. I do want to say thank you to everybody who made today possible. Of course, our technical crew, Wally and Don, and carry him on today because Aiden took his SATs yesterday, and he was feeling a little tired. I remember taking my SATs. I would have been the same way. So thank you all for your support and making sure that that our magnificent celebration is seen and heard all over the world. I want to say thank you to the fundraising committee who are here, and I want to say thank you to everybody who participates to make this center unfold. It is not lost on me that volunteers are the heart of any organization, and I am so grateful to everybody who commits their time to this place. And if you are willing to serve, I would love for you to join us in this magnificent family of volunteers. I do want to say thank you to Lydia, as our keeper of the flames today. Thank you for helping us out today. And of course, our magnificent musicians, deeply grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. Let us complete our time here together by reading the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am that light. The love of God enfolds me. I am that love. The power of God protects me. I am that power. The presence of God watches over me. I am that presence. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever God is, I am. And so it is. Amen. A new way of knowing this song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, shine all around the world. Shine, shine, everybody. Shine, 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 shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, shine. Everybody say, shine, shine. You know you want to. Shine, shine, all around the world. Shine, shine. When there's light in the soul,
When there's light in the soul,
there is beauty in the person.
there is beauty in the person.
When there's beauty in the person,
When there's beauty in the person,
there is harmony in the home.
there's harmony in the home.
When there's harmony in the home,
When there's harmony in the home,
there is honor in the nation.
honor in the nation.
When there's honor in the nation,
honor in the nation,
there is peace in the world. No more living in fear, oh no, we're gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, oh no, we're gonna let it shine. No more living in fear, oh no, we're gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, we're gonna let it shine, shine, everybody. Shine, shine, you know you want to. Shine, shine, all around the world. Shine, shine, oh my brothers and sisters. Shine, shine, let light shine. Shine, shine. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.